Alright, what I have here is a Rossi Rio Grande 410, cleared, nothing in it. I've seen very little information on this on the internet. A couple of people love them, a couple of people hate them, and I can understand both sides of it. Now, most people that have any knowledge or have been collecting guns and trading them and buying them and selling them, anybody knows that they've had a Taurus or a Rossi. They're, you know, there's good and bad apples in the bunch, you know, and usually you're going to have to do a little bit of work with them to make them where you like them. Unfortunately, if you don't feel confident in doing that, or you don't want to deal with sending it back in or anything, getting it worked on, you know, you might want to just consider getting a different brand of gun than a Rossi or a Taurus. That being said, I have had good luck with all of my Tauruses and all of my Rossis. Of course, I only have one Rossi. It's a single shot, other than this one, and you can't mess up a single shot shotgun, you know. Or so this is the first. I saw this. It caught my eye. I love the 410 round, and I love lever action rifles. So I decided to take a chance on this, and I bought it off of a gun broker. And I got to tell you, it's a beautiful rifle. And if you look at it, the craftsmanship is there on everything. It's just beautiful, very well made, put together. I put this red dot on here just for my wife and kids, you know, kind of a family gun. And so it's really, I bought it for my wife, and that makes it easier for her to shoot it. And at first she was afraid of this, and she didn't want to shoot it. And after I made her, talked her into taking 2 shots, she said this is her gun. So I guess that means she's happy with it. Now that's all for the good stuff, and I wanted to show you the bad and talk to you about that. Now, right here, I'm going to pull the bolt out of the gun, and when I first got it in, I took some 410 rounds and I put it in there, and just wanted to see how it cycled. And I should have opened it before I did that. So I'm going to have to start all over again on that. Shit. That was a mistake. Don't do that. Open it first, and then put it about halfway, right there. Where you got about half the bolt sticking through the ejection bolt right there. Now, get that out, pull your lever out, and then you can pull your bolt out. You're going to have to pull the hammer down a little bit. Alright. Now, this black piece right here, I don't know what you call that. I think you call it a retainer. Because that's what holds that's what holds your 410 round into the bolt, the head of the bolt, just like that. All right. Now, the problem with the bolt was that's like spring steel, and it was bent out a little bit. And when you would operate the lever to pull it back after you shot it, it would make it about, a little bit out, every now and then, if you did it fast enough, you can make it all the way, but usually you make it a little bit out and it would just fall out. And of course, that'd be failure to eject. So it was constantly failure to eject, failure to eject, failure to eject. The other piece of this mechanism is in here. It's a little black piece. That's it right there. And that's what this pulls back. And when it gets to that, this little piece on here will catch on to the other side of the rim of this spent shell, and it'll push it off, and it'll go flying out. So actually, I would call this the ejector, and this the retainer. But in order to make this work properly, I had to take and knock this retainer off, just bend it back into place, and then put the retainer back on. All it does is it just kind of clips around here, like a C-clip almost. And actually kind of bent that a little bit getting it off, and when I put it back on, I had to bend it a little bit. All right, now, talking about this rifle, after working on this, and I've had to work on every Rossi and Taurus I've ever had. If you're not afraid, if you're afraid to do that, just buy something else. But anyway, the other thing, it's almost like they built this rifle in one plant and the bolt in another. This bolt, I had to also, there's right here, this little hole on this side and this side. It's real, like jagged metal, unfinished almost, right there and there. And I had to take a Dremel and just smooth it out. Otherwise, you'd be probably cut your hand, just fingers messing with it. And that was just poor quality right there. But I was able to fix it, without too much headache. And so just be aware if you do get these, those are some of the things you will run into, or you may run into, I should say. And some people haven't run into it. Some people have had nothing but success with this, great stories. And ever since I fixed that, this has been a very reliable, great rifle. I have short cycled it a couple of times, but that's just me, getting used to a new lever action, a little bit different action, but overall, it's a pretty good quality firearm. Now let's see if we can get this back in here and back together. Maybe we can figure out in the editing process how to make this go as high speed. This might be. I think I had it in place and I just didn't like it. Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, that's in place. Now we just do the reverse. Put that in about halfway. Take your lever. Put it in there like that. Put your screw back in. Make sure everything works right. And it seems to be working just fine. Alright, this does have a safety on it. And if you do put it on safe, try not to forget that you do have it on safe. And I did that the other day, and it was just kind of, I felt goofy about it. I fire and nothing happens, and I'm like, what the hell happened? And then I was like, oh, I have the safety on. So I kicked it off of safe. And then I'm trying to fire it again. I'm like, nothing's happening. Oh, I gotta pull the hammer back. So it's just goofy stuff like that, This is a pain in the ass to load. So I'm gonna carefully, no one is around, and I'm not gonna aim it at anyone else. And I'm gonna show you how to load this. All right. first I'm gonna put it on safe. You can cycle this and load it and everything, unload it while it's on safe, so just to protect everybody, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, now, this only takes 2.5-inch shells. It does not take 3-inch shells. So you have to take 2.5-inch shells, and this is the way you load. You stick one in and you run it about halfway down. See that? You don't push it all the way through. This holds 5 in the magazine. So you push it in like that. If you push it all the way in, that's where it becomes a pain in the butt. And I might show you that. Alright, so then you take your next round and you push it through, and you do the same thing. Alright, now I got 2 in, 3 in, or half in I should say. Alright, now I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to show you why you don't do that. Why you don't push it all the way in. Because that's where it makes it hard to load. Alright, I'm going to push it all the way in. Alright, now you see that the gate, the loading gate, came out. Now I can't push the loading gate down hardly because the end of the round is kind of holding it back. So I have to take my other hand and push down on the loading gate and push it over, and then start my next round in there. Alright, try to load them the way I'm showing you and avoid avoid getting angry at your rifle. Alright, now on your 5th round, go ahead and push it all the way in. Alright, now I'm going to cycle these out, in and out, and show you that it's ejecting just fine. That's it. Clear. Alright. Now, I'll add I'm just gonna let this video stand on its own. I might add some footage later, extra footage of shooting this with the wife and kids. And but I'll tell you, if you don't mind, if you do get it and it's having a problem with ejection and you're able to get it fixed, you'll load the gun. If you're afraid to even mess with it, just save your money and get something else. The only thing, there's a old Marlin that is a 410, but they don't manufacture it anymore. So if you do happen to find one, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, and it will be hard to find. All right. Thanks for watching.